So today I want to talk to you about how to reduce the need for intervention, the need for care in your vegetable patch. What plants you can plant to encourage support for your garden, and how you can incorporate more nutrients so you don't have to feed your garden as much. If this sounds like something you'd be interested in, keep on watching. Welcome back to Gardening Naturally with Green Fingertips. With me, Josie, Rainbird, your natural gardening coach. Your veg patch is a hungry part of your garden. Your whole garden requires feeding, it requires maintenance, it requires looking after from time to time. But your veg patch in particular is an area of rapid growth and production. So it does need a bit more care than the average plant. But how do you actually reduce the need for care and intervention in your vegetable patch? There are actually quite a few ways you can do this. I'll cover a few of them today for you, but I will leave a video at the end as well to help you to learn a bit more about how all this works. So today I'm going to be covering the natural gardening route around reducing the amount of care and intervention you need to go with for your vegetable patch. If you're interested in learning more about natural gardening and how you can benefit your garden by reducing the reliance on chemical supplements and pesticides and to support the overall ecosystem in your garden to promote the health of your garden, then feel free to click the link in the description to learn more about my Natural Gardeners membership where I teach all this. That's in the description for you. Check it out when you're ready. Do it after this video though. Keep watching. So how can I reduce the need for intervention, the need for care for my vegetable patch? How can I reduce this? So the first way I would suggest would be to understand what you want to grow, how they grow, and where they grow best as well. So by growing the plants in the correct place, in the correct situation, you're going to naturally, instantly reduce the amount of care you need to provide for them. By not growing them in the wrong situations, you're going to help yourself. So understanding what your plants need, understanding what you want to grow in your vegetable patch, what they need, and what support they're after. So that's my first thing. It seems like quite an obvious one, but it does get overlooked quite frequently, and people plant things in the wrong situations, the wrong ways. They plant plants in limited space when they need lots of space to expand. They plant things that need full sunshine in a corner by the shed, and it just doesn't, they don't thrive, they don't grow. And then they need so much more of your time and care to keep them going, just to keep them at an adequate, base level growth, that it's not worth it. So by understanding what they actually need and where they need to grow and what they require from you, it's going to help you out so much. Incorporating companion plants in your garden as well. Now, as far as natural gardening goes, companion plants play an immensely huge role, and they are incredibly important for your garden. They promote the overall health of your garden. They encourage beneficial insects to help pollinate, to help manage pests, all sorts of things. Again, I'll leave a video at the end so you can check that out, all about companion planting and all about this, that and the other. So you can check that out at the end. And in the description for you, I will have my companion planting guide, which is free to download, which is fine. And it's got at the back end of that how what plants complement each other in your vegetable patch. So like companion plants, interplanting, things you can plant together that are going to support each other. So that's in the description for you below. So you can check that out. But companion planting will go a long way to promoting the health of your garden and the plants, obviously the plants growing in your garden, and to support them as well. So it's going to take an awful lot off your plate and will help them become more productive, providing you with more time and more vegetables, which is perfect. My next one would be understanding the nutrition side of what your plants need as well. There are several different plants. They're kind of companion plants, but they provide feed rather than they provide support, kind of in that way. But peas and beans planted alongside vegetables that require a lot of nitrogen in your garden, leafy greens, cabbages, brassicas, things like that, that need a lot of nitrogen to grow. They're very green plants, so need a lot of nitrogen to keep growing. This is really good because peas and beans are nitrogen fixing plants. They have nodules on their roots that fix the nitrogen in the soil that they grow in, which will then leach out into the soil, and these plants that are planted around them that need this nitrogen will be able to take it up readily, which is perfect. So if you're growing peas and beans in your garden, try and grow things like cabbages and broccoli and things like that around them to absorb this nitrogen as it's produced. Understanding the nutrients that these plants need as well is key, because it's no point planting peas and beans in with plants that don't need an awful lot of nitrogen. Onions, for instance, they won't draw a lot from it, and it'll just be a waste of nitrogen, and it'll fill the soil and it'll get leached through the soil as it rains. So you're kind of losing a resource there. So understanding the nutrients that they need is important. The last point would be condition the soil in your garden. Now, this can go for the whole garden, but particularly your vegetable patch. At the end of the growing season, if you can, or at least in the early spring before your plants start growing or before you start sowing any seeds or anything like that, make sure you've either dug in a good amount of organic matter, like a well-rotted manure, homemade compost. Condition the soil as best you can, because if you provide good soil at the beginning of the year, it's going to set your plants up with a good nutrient source when they need it, when they're going through the rapid growth, early spring through to midsummer. They're going to go through that rapid growth. They're going to be producing their fruit or their pods, seed pods, their flowers and things. They're going to be producing all of that, and they're going to need that nutrients there in the soil where their roots can take it up. So by investing that time in conditioning the soil that they're going to be growing in, is going to save you an awful lot of time later on in the year, and it's going to produce so much more of a bountiful crop. So you can get so much more out of your garden. So invest in your soil. I can't stress that enough, and I stress that in quite a few videos. You'll see if you watch any more of my videos, you will understand. But yes, soil is key. It's the foundation of your garden. You need to be investing the time into looking after it. Hopefully, these tips have helped you to understand on how to reduce the amount of care and maintenance, the intervention, if you like, you need to put into your vegetable patch. They're all quite simple things to action and incorporate in your garden, and they have such a quick effect on the way your garden works that it's worth trying just to see what happens. Check out in the description, find my companion planting guide and download that. And at the back page of that, you will have the companion planting, the actual companion planting guide, the grid that I've got there, and I'm going to have all the vegetables listed and the plants that you can interplant with them, and the herbs and the companion plants that you can interplant to support them, to promote their health and well-being, so they'll produce more vegetables for you. Plants that go well together, plants that will support each other. So you have all of that on the back page. You have a bit of blurb at the beginning, a bit about me, because you need to know about me, and a bit about all of the how companion planting works and how the system works and how it can support your garden. So download that. That's in the description for you. It's all free, so it's fine. The link will be there for you. And if you're interested in finding out more about gardening naturally, learning to garden without chemicals, reducing your reliance on chemicals, and promoting the overall health of your garden using natural resources rather than man-made or chemical resources, then click the link in the description for that one. If this video has helped you, give it a thumbs up. That helps the YouTube algorithm to show my videos to more people. If you would like to see more videos like this from myself, from Gardening Naturally with Green Fingertips, click the subscribe button right here. Click the subscribe button and you'll see my videos as they come out each week. If you click this one here, this will be my next video in the run. So that's going to be all about companion planting, and I would leave a card coming up here, or it'll be in the description as well, for my companion planting playlist. So you can check that out as well. So enjoy the videos, whichever ones you choose to watch, or enjoy the playlist, and I will see you in my next video. See you later.